Then we had to mix and match, Alex Watkins and Hubbard and the other personnel groups, to get it fixed. And they did a good job. They really did.
Coach, the dump down pass was effective again today. The long touchdown to Trent. Can you just kind of talk about how that play is really worked for you guys?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
The dump down pass to Trent for the touchdown.
That was a screen.
A screen.
Yeah. And we run the speed sweep to Mays a couple times, early in the season through the first 3 games, and we wanted to put the screen in off of it, and it worked, and we did a good job of executing it, and made a big play. But we have plenty of things to work on, plenty of things to improve on. I thought A.J. did a really good job of managing the game today, though. I mean, he was calling almost every play at the line and put us in the right play just about every time. So we're really happy with the way he managed the game.
Nick, Trent obviously had several big plays for you today, and he ended up with 17 carries and 3 catches for 20 touches. Is that, when you talk about distributing the ball amongst your playmakers, is that kind of what you hope for in a game like this?
Well, we do, but we have all the confidence in the world in Eddie, and Eddie hurt his toe a little bit, so he was out there for a while, but he came back and played well, and it's not an issue or a problem for him. But both those guys, I think keeping both those guys fresh is probably real important to us in terms of what we do. I just think we just need to do a little bit better job of being able to stretch the field vertically and throw the ball down the field, and had some opportunities today to make a couple plays and missed them, but those are the kind we got to hit.
Nick, Trent had a variety of plays for you today: kickoff return, passing, running, had some blocks on pass protection. Can you just assess his overall game today?
Well, Trent does a great job because he plays well without the ball. A lot of players, they only think that they have to do things when they have the ball, and they don't realize that it's important what the other 10 guys do when they have the ball. Well, Trent's always been a guy that realizes the importance of what he does all the time. And we didn't have him on kickoff return in the beginning. He really wanted to be on it. He does a good job. Hit the run alley today pretty good for us. And he had a great game. He's a good receiver. He's a good blocker. And he's certainly a good runner. So he and Eddie need to be explosive players for us. I mean, I know everybody wants to see long passes and big plays passing, but we're going to be the kind of team that's going to need to make some big plays running it too.
Coach, Greg McElroy tweeted that you'd been working on that fake for a year and finally got a chance to run it. Just talk about what led to the call, how it was executed, and how long has it been in the back pocket?
Well, we've been practicing it for a long time, but I just finally said, today that the first time we got in field goal range, regardless of what the situation in the game, whether we was ahead by 21 or behind by 21, we were going to run it. And, A.J. did a nice job on it. Mike did a nice job on it. And, we have been working on it for a while. So if practice means anything, we executed it well. So it was great to do the punt return. We've been hurting people with side returns, that are in what we call bulldog punt, which is the spread punt stuff. And so the first time we hit them pretty good on the side return, and then their guys started running, to the side return. So I told the guys at halftime, I said, look, we're going to block the same guys, just block them the other way, and we're going to stick it right up the middle. And he went out the gate, big play, really big play. And, Mays is doing a pretty good job of fielding the ball and sticking it back there, and that's got to be a weapon for us as well. So, special teams did a great job today. They're really good. They had returned 2 punts for touchdowns and a kickoff for a touchdown. So I was really pleased with the way we played on special teams today.
Nick, as you said earlier, Arkansas brought a pretty good football team in here. How do you think this defensive performance ranks in terms of the performances since you've been here? And is this defense as good as any you've had?
Well, I think, we've had some pretty good defenses through the years, and certainly had a great one here in 2009 and pretty good in 2008 too. And really ended up in the top 5 last year. So we've got a lot of experience. And, you know, I think the guys got to keep challenging themselves to improve so that, because we're going to play a lot of good teams. We got to cover a lot of good people. And, you know, you got to pay attention to detail and focus on the right stuff. That's what's going to help you be successful. And I'm pleased with their performance today, but I'm sure that there's things that we could have done better. And people are going to see what we do and take advantage of it in the future. So everybody's got to take the next step in terms of being the best football player that they can be. You know, and every day that we play, that's a challenge. That, you know, we've got to play our best all the time. There's going to come a day out there, though, when we struggle to get them stopped on defense, and the offense is going to have to do a really good job. And, you know, that's why you got to have a good team, and everybody can contribute in a positive way. So, you know, we certainly don't want any complacency in what we're doing, because we got some real stiff tests and some real good football players that we have to play against in the future.
Last one, Aaron. Coach, you guys really got after Tyler Wilson there in the second half. Is that due to a change from the first half, or was it just better execution from the front?
No, I mean, I think the style of the game changed a little bit. You know, they when we got ahead of them a little bit, we started calling more pressures and not necessarily playing, you know, all man-to-man, but did some pressures where we affected them a little bit. I think that did a much better job of running pass rush games up front when we just rushed 4 guys and flushed them in the pocket. So it disrupted the timing of the passing game. So when you play good pass defense, man, it's a combination of what your front guys do, how your undercover guys do, and how your back end people do. And I think this was a good example of, you know, that today, that everybody executed and did what they had to do to affect the quarterback. And, you know, we'd like to get more sacks, and I know we get criticized for not getting any more sacks than we get, and that's a big problem, big issue, and, you know, we'll never be any good ever if we don't. But that's, you know, Tommy's assessment of it. But you got to affect the quarterback. Affecting the quarterback, sacking affects him, all right, but hitting him all the time and making him move his feet in the pocket because you push the pocket affects him too. And it disrupts the timing of what they're trying to do. And, you know, it's really important. You know, we only blitzed one time today, really blitzed. Not pressured, blitzed. And that's where they scored their second touchdown, because we didn't blitz right and didn't hit the right gaps. So we didn't get any pressure and, you know, had a chance to get the ball down and didn't get it down. So, you know, but I think we did a good job of pressure. I think Kirby did a really good job today, man. I'm telling you, that is hard. You know, I've been through that many, many times. All right, we did a lot of kills today. To call those, to package those, to do those things where you show one thing and do something else, it's a great job by the players, but it's hard to implement it too in the game. All right, and this is, you know, I was a defensive coordinator in the NFL, and that's what you see all the time. All right, and our players aren't as adaptable to do those things all the time, and they really did a good job today of executing, and he did a really good job of implementing what we wanted to do. So, and but this was a team win. This was a team win. I mean, this was a great team win, including everybody in the organization, including our fans and the atmosphere that they created out there, and they affected the game and helped our defense tremendously. All right, thank you.